Perdonate ragazzi, a vostro diretto CPT92. Oggi siamo su Nba2k16. Oggi facciamo una mia carriera. Per un coach mi fa giocare. Oggi faremo contro i Warriors.
Steph Curry and the Warriors in this game. I've been looking forward to this for a while now. You know they'll be running and gunning. And Steph's gonna do 2 or 3 things that make you want to stop and stare. But we can't let that distract us. Because if we lose focus for even a second, they'll be up 20. So maybe it's up to me to put on a little show of my own.
Welcome to ps4 Sports, bringing you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan, joining me Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. Take a look at the Warriors. Well, they're entering a bit of a soft spot in their schedule, facing off guys against some of the lower-ranked teams in the league, and we'll see if they're able to take advantage and have their win total.
And for the Warriors, they have been taking no prisoners here in the early part of the season. It's been a very fast start and a lot of focus for this group.
And Greg, for me, the quick start
affirms
the fact that this team is one of the dominant teams in the league.
Now, Golden State's starting 5. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. On the wing, Thompson and and it's Curry in at the 1 spot. Now, here's Walker. To the inside, Chandler, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Chandler's got the first points up on the board for Phoenix.
And what a first year it was for Steve Kerr and the Warriors. It was the best debut as a new coach ever. 67 wins. He also established a franchise win total in his first year.
Thompson against Bledsoe.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Here's Lure. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Their last game a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, and in that game, we saw a lot of sloppy play from the opposing offense. They coughed the ball up, a lot of unforced turnovers.
And that did make things relatively easy for them. You know, it's nice to get a win and not have to work too hard for it.
Here is Bledsoe, following the basket by Draymond Green. Bledsoe against Thompson. 6 on the shot clock. And Thompson
Pilota. Tu passarla.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. And the wide open shot from Green. No good on the triple. Suns have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Suns moving the ball around. And Lure gets it to go.
I like the way they're sharing the ball. And Bledsoe right in the middle, spreading it around.
Court coming back, court coming back.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though. And I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up at Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about him. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors in Steve's words.
And he makes the first.
You know, you talk about Green's enthusiasm for the game. He's constantly talking, whether defensively or even in an opponent's ear. He's a vocal presence. And also another example of how a guy can make an impact without necessarily having it show up in the stat sheet.
Both free throws good from Green.
And also, don't discount his leadership. Draymond Green's been a vocal leader his entire career. Even as a rookie, he wasn't afraid to challenge his teammates. And that competitive spirit, guys, can be contagious. I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
And Thompson kicks to Iguodala. Green with a screen for Iguodala. On the wing, Green. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Green's got 6.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off. Check out the bounce.
Bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
You
Showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
Releases from 15 again. Golden State.
Really nice way to get your first bucket of the day.
Here's Bledsoe. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Lure dishes to Bledsoe. They set the pick. A baseline J. And that's
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
So long, there has been this mindset that Golden State wins through offense, but their defense, you know, G, you were talking about this, is where the true strength of this team lies.
I think that's what's really allowed them to separate when you look at the rest of the league. I mean, they led the league in opponents' field goal percentage last season, and some nights the shots weren't falling, but the defense always showed up.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on.
Now let's find out what head coach Steve Kerr had to say to Doris Burke, Doris.
He told me that they'll have their work cut out for them, looking to score inside with the elite shot blocker and defender Tyson Chandler patrolling the paint. He said he was the defensive player of the year for a reason. He's got length, mobility, toughness, and the want-to. He brings effort and communication defensively, and you can't forget about him at the other end either. An improved shooter, and he can definitely finish. Kevin, a ton of respect for what Chandler brings to the table.
And thank you, Doris. Now here's Bledsoe. First basket still in this. Again, Phoenix.
Well, you can bet the defense wasn't expecting that kind of razzle-dazzle, but the spin worked like a charm. Perfect.
Curry with a wide open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Bledsoe kicks to Chandler. Warren the pass to Lou. Curry with the defensive effort. Golden State's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. It's tipped. Chandler with the steal. Bledsoe against Curry. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Chandler, no good.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Bledsoe outside. Chandler is screen. Dishes to Warren. Launches it. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Suns lead by 1. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And let's hear from Tyson Chandler. He talked about what he brings to this team.
I do a lot that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. That's what I pride myself on. You know, some nights you never get the ball, but you still can be effective on the floor. Whether it's rebounding, playing defense, hustling, trying to create extra shots for your team, whatever it is necessary that I feel like help my team get a win.
Chandler's long been the kind of player all coaches want on their team. He's the definition, Greg, of an unselfish player who doesn't care about his ego or his stats.
And he knows that and prides himself on it. That also makes him the kind of player his teammates appreciate so much because they know nobody wins any rings without a guy like Tyson Chandler on the team.
And off we go, a close game. Now starting the second quarter. What stands out to you from the Suns in this game?
They came out with the purpose of playing for one another, making the extra pass throughout that first quarter.
Guys, that is simply just good basketball. I mean, really good basketball. Total team effort out there.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3. Azealia is out there with Maurice Spates, and Livingston in at the point.
And Maurice Spates last season with the best year of his career. I mean, he shot the cover off the ball and did a nice job. Both teams trading punches back and forth. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
The momentum swings really impossible to keep track of. The energy in the building just keeps going back and forth, ebbing and flowing. I'm loving it.
Here is Livingston. Brandon Knight picking up that last basket. 6 to shoot. Here is Livingston. He's guarded by Knight. And Maurice Spates, the bucket on the assist by Livingston. Spates has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Greg, you were just talking about Mo Spates. Clark, he has a great mid-range jump shot.
He does, and they actually call him Mo Bucket. But he actually played so well last season, they even threw in Mo BP from time to time. Over the last 10, looking at the Warriors, here's how they compare to the rest of the league. Second in scoring. Second in rebounding. And they're number 2 in team three-point field goal percentage. They've got a lot of guys who love the three-point shot. And they do a good job of running plays to get those guys open.
And you talk about scoring. Tough to beat a team that can fill it up at all levels. Every time you get a bucket, they're coming right back at you with one of their own.
He hits both from the stripe. The Phoenix Suns weren't terrible at home by any means last year. They ended up over 500, but Greg, they weren't quite dominant enough at home to get in the playoffs.
That's a great point. I mean, they finished the year +3 in terms of wins at home. Not bad, but not good enough when you're talking about that Western Conference.
The Suns have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Freak with it. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And shot is off.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Livingston, that's good.
You know, when you talk about the Suns, their play at home sums up their season. When you are just above average in the West, you won't be in the playoffs. You've got to be really good at home to make it in the Western playoffs.
Good.
Però giocano tutti soli,
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
No good from Spates.
And Phoenix had some turnover issues at home last year, but overall, and to drive this home, they just were okay here in this building, and that's not going to cut it.
Now here's Freak. There's the dish to Tucker. And there's the pass to Teletovic. And no good. His first shot of the night missing. The Warriors have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And that one's good. Barnes.
Ma cosa mi fa mettere in banchina? Non te lo so. Cosa sapevo? Non mi fa fare almeno un punto, i punti. Stai zitta. Questa squadra, ragazzi, è handicappata. Il coach è handicappato. Non mi fa fare almeno 2 punti. Ho fatto mettere un assist.
A bit of a surprise attack for him as he is usually just regarded as a role player on his team.
All right, thanks, Doris. He's got a lot of positives to take away from that game.
He really does. It was one of his better performances, and that's saying something because we've seen this guy have a lot of good ones.
And you'd have to imagine that he'll be out to build on it, to go one better here tonight.
Here's Spates. The Suns getting the bucket. Here's Livingston, a tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Livingston's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
When you think about Sean Livingston, you think about the career that might have been an absolute rising star after being taken part fourth back in the 2004 draft.
Kevin, he was averaging over 5 assists a game.
Tutti fanno canestro, stanno entrando io. È impossibile questa cosa.
Just great to see him back playing basketball.
Green with a screen on Knight. They double team Curry. Livingston kicks to Barnes. Leaps for it, and it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. And the Suns with a completely new group on the
Mo entrano tutti. Lì non hanno fatto nessun canestro ancora.
for Harrison Barnes. Bledsoe against Curry. Over in the corner, Livingston. Knocks it loose and stolen by Booker. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Ancora non entro.
Back to Livingston. He's had comeback after comeback. I mean, each time he'd start to flash those unbelievable movement skills, he'd get injured again. It's a shame because he was on the path to becoming one of the game's great young point guards.
The Phoenix Suns come into this one after the win against New Orleans.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
Look from Green, and a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And it's 8 points for Draymond Green. Bledsoe dishes to Chandler. Terrific assist, a nice move, solid play.
Tutti fanno un punto, tranne io.
That's something they just have not
A
been
me
able
non
to
mi fanno
stop.
non giocare il coach.
Defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Livingston, he dishes it to Green. He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here. Free throw drops for Green. Both free throws good from Green. Bledsoe against Curry. Feeds to Lure. Uses the glass to finish the way. Lure's got the lead up to 2 now for Phoenix.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no lying in those totals.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Phoenix ahead. They lead by 2. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Gentlemen, I'm here with Brandon Knight. Brandon, how do you break down this game so far and what you guys need to do in the second half?
We're moving the ball really well right now and, really finding the open man. So, I got to congratulate my team in the first half just on, moving the ball and really playing unselfish. And the main thing is getting stops, and it's going to come down to getting stops to win this game.
All good things to sustain for the second half, Brandon. Thank you so much. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half.
All right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close as the first if we pay attention to a couple of things. Our passing has been very precise. I'll give you guys a lot of credit.
No, non mi interessa.
Smart with the ball. Basically,
Coach di merda. Coach di merda.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both
Ma
teams
tutti ancora in banchina. Ancora in banchina. Ma il coach non mi fa giocare, mamma mia! E gli altri fanno tutti i punti tranne io! Vabbè cavolo!
Warren is out there with John Moore. And it's Chandler. Then there's Bledsoe. And it's Booker in at the two guard.
Ah, questa rabbia non gioco mai io. Ho giocato per 2 minuti ho giocato.
Just 5 to shoot. Curry passes to Green. Booker pulls it in.
Magari potevo fare a coach.
Booker was a bit of a hot commodity, one of the purest sharpshooters in the draft, has a lightning quick release on his jump shot.
And Bledsoe, here we go, and Chandler throws it down.
He is an automatic.
Così che persiamo, ecco.
You know, he
Porca
finished the
puttana.
simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important.
Io non lo so, io non sto giocando mo, porca puttana.
Against some soft D.
E il coach mi rode, non mi piace questa squadra. Non fa giocare mai.
Warriors with the rebound. Bogut's got his third rebound on the night. Bledsoe against Curry. Here's Iguodala. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Guarda, non mi fa giocare per niente. Va, fa entrare gli altri, non mi fa giocare a me, dai, su.
Third quarter of play, just over a minute.
Ecco di merda.
Here's Lure. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Lure's got 9.
Che mi fa entrare. Oh, finalmente. Mi fanno entrare.
And it's Iguodala again missing.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case, you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you.
Here's Bledsoe. Misses the step-back jump shot.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And Iguodala gets it to go in on the assist by Curry. Iguodala's got his second bucket of the game to go. Now here's Bledsoe. Good D by Johnson.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle. Boy, I tell you, the Warriors did something that no other team had ever done before. They ended the regular season ranked first in field goal percentage and field goal percentage defense. Essentially, they were the best offensive and defensive team in the league. Remarkable.
4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's Iguodala. Passes it to Thompson. Back to Iguodala. Right side Curry. From 11 feet away. And another basket for Golden State.
Dai raga, fate qualcosa, non farlo, qualcosa.
From beginning to end to lead the league and break both offensive and defensive efficiency.
And Kevin, a lot of people
Io non sto giocando.
at offense. I mean, but they've been equally as good defensively over the past few seasons. Kind of flying under the radar for whatever reason. Not the case going forward.
Bledsoe with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. Shot to stop the run. Tries from 10. That's good. And the Warriors cut to just 3 points on the basket from Bledsoe.
He's obviously hit a bit of a dry spell here. Only 1 of 5 this quarter.
Kicks to Thompson. .156 left in the third quarter. Shot no good. So Phoenix will take it the other way. This game against Golden State is the first time they've met this season.
Yeah, and these teams pretty familiar with one another. They'll face off 4 times this year.
And you know, Greg, both would love to get the upper hand early. This game to me is psychological as much as anything. I mean, a win here provides that edge you're looking for.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
There's Green with the three, and it's Lure with the rebound.
Non c'è il terzo quarto, io non gioco. Che puttana. Vado a giocare per 5 minuti il coach.
Pass to Booker for the lead. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got assist number 8 now on the night.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim.
Chandler with a screen for Warren. The shot by Bledsoe, and nobody around.
Come dice, nel terzo quarto io non gioco per niente. Che cavolo. Lo fa migliore Jordan, però un po', ecco. Ma poi non fatto. Non mi dicono messo in banchina il coach.
With some changes, Azili's checked in for Bogut. Barnes comes in for Draymond Green, and it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
They should be in front right now.
Cammina.
Come up totally empty there.
Well, a screen. The shot and game clock separated by 4, and that one's good. Free.
And he came off that screen, and the lead just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Thompson outside. Pass to Livingston. And no good trying to get that one. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Suns lead by 2. And do not go away as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next.
Volete il quarto non mi fa giocare?
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. 4th quarter should be good.
Ah, beh, mi fa giocare.
The Warriors trail. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3. Maurice Spates out there with Festus Ezeli. And it's Livingston in at the 1. Spates kicks to Thompson.
Ma perché salti? Non lo devi saltare.
You know, the league going to more ball movement, more outside shooting, less isolation play. Those are all natural fits for the talents of Klay Thompson, who's great moving off the ball, and we know he can stroke it from long range.
And so Thompson nails both.
And remember Klay Thompson's father, Michael Thompson, a former #1 pick out of Minnesota. Growing up, he was the smallest of his brothers, and thereby took his lumps when they played hoops. But he said that challenge helped him to develop into the player he is today.
And that one's good. Free.
And this has really been a well-played game up to this point.
Ora devo recuperare i punti, così almeno faccio miglior Jordan.
It's been a terrific contest, and there's nothing like a pair of teams just balling out the way they have been.
And Klay Thompson, born into an athletic family. His father, the former #1 overall pick in the NBA draft, and Clark, his mom, was a Division I volleyball player.
And you know, Thompson, despite those genes, was not a highly
Andra.
He grew up in UCLA's backyard, but ended up playing college ball at Washington State.
Spates kicks to Barnes. With the floater. Here's Ezeli. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and looked like there was some contact. I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. The scoring breakdown for the Suns.
From mid-range, it's been a very nice game for them. I mean, they've been finding the bottom of the net a lot.
No, non vedi?
Yeah, but don't forget about the points in the paint, because those have been big.
And the Suns making a change here. Warren's checked in. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Golden State. Curry comes in for Klay Thompson. And for Festus Ezeli, came in as an extremely raw prospect a couple years back, a first-round draft pick. His minutes were down actually last season, but his production was decidedly up.
Yeah, he went from 44 to 55% on field goal, from 53 to 63% on free throws. A testament to how much effort he's putting into developing that shooting stroke.
Teletovic misses.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Curry against Land to take the lead. And the play by Curry as he finishes it off for two. And the Warriors lead by one.
And, you know, going back to Ezeli, impressive physically. 7'6" wingspan, 5% body fat. If his skill set ever catches up with his natural gift, watch out. Watch out.
Went right down to the wire here at Clarksville. Anyone's ball game.
Both teams really invested now. I mean, this is the type of game you love to win, and you hate to lose it.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry.
Oggi non metto in panchina perché già ho fatto 6 punti, vorrei fare anche di più.
About his intelligence. He cited Ezeli's broad perspective.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy. Get into them on the perimeter. Post. Rotate over and make your presence felt. Quit being so soft.
And the Suns here with a different look. Tyson Chandler is checked in
for porca
puttana. Booker, he's checked in for free. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Knight. The Warriors also with a sub. Bogut's checked in, and he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
One thing about Eric Bledsoe, he made it clear he wanted to be paid like an upper-tier player, and that led to quite a negotiation between he and the Suns last year.
Ultimately, messo in banchina, lo sapevo.
$70 million deal.
Talking about Eric Bledsoe's contract, many insiders felt like it was too much for a sporadic talent. We knew that he was the good backup in Los Angeles with the Clippers and going to Phoenix in a more prominent role. You know, but he went on to have a dynamic season, proving that, you know, Greg, and you know this position so well, he has the ability to be one of the best leagues combo guards.
I agree. I mean, consistency.
No, mo fino alla fine del quarto non gioco, ce lo so.
The averages were up last year, but his shooting percentages were down. So is Bledsoe a near max level player?
Quindi io faccio raffi, mi come la sera.
Market improvement in their shooting from what we saw to start the game.
Here's Lillard. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got 9 assists in the game. Great passes.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the three ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a three-point battle taking shape here.
A shot by Curry, no good. The Suns trailing. Bledsoe kicks to Warren. Shot that one, missing. The Warriors have gone 4-7 from the field since the beginning of the quarter.
Bando.
Outside Curry. He feeds it to Livingston. Bull from the top of the key. Warriors the rebound. Here's Bogut. Drops it in from 11 feet. And the Warriors lead by 3.
got a great read of where that miss was going. That allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive, off the mark from 16 feet out.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. Within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
And Lure gets it to go. Lure's got 5 points now in the quarter.
That's what this team needs right now. Solid scoring.
7, 8, 9. Guarda quanto punti lo fa.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. No good. Curry with some nice D.
Ah, questa per no, non sento.
5-point lead, the biggest of the game.
Just no let up, guys. They just keep coming at you.
Well, this lead is too big to overcome. I'm going out on a limb right now. There's just not enough time left on the clock to make up the ground they have to make up.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Green dishes to Curry. Back to Green. Chandler with the defensive effort.
And although he doesn't quite get the block, he does get the missed field goal attempt because of his ability to alter the shot.
Well, almost as effective as a block. I mean, made him completely change his release point.
Stavo subito, non mi ha fatto giocare. Stavo recuperato.
They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Congratulations.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Stephen Curry.
I will say this about Stephen Curry. There's no player in the league more capable of sinking.
And that'll do it for tonight. Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew. This is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and Horace on the courts in Harlem, the next moment you're in the show. Figuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of electric car. Oh, I bet we get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood.
Yeah, living the dream. Rad pandemonium. But folks from back around the railroad car now.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes it. You know, it kind of reminds me of like tech stock, public, Wrangling, or stock exchange, mom's friends, all the artists. Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell? Yes, sir, Bob. It was me. That was a great moment. You know, our lives, full minutes, struggling for the finest silver years. And we have to be very careful. My daddy worked as a teacher in the largest institution. Mom did the work, boarding school, and my dad got out. Vic is banned from the locker room. and Vic is banned from this arena. And if I catch this guy, Vic, in or anywhere near the facilities, Mr. Vic Van Beer will be arrested for trespassing. Brother, I'm serious. We all know that.
Me and Vic is some tournament long. No magic at the club. Now the crowd left. Just a street lights on the court. 11:30. 12:09. 1 in the morning sometimes. These are practice players running on the court, giving dad high-five teammates. Vic, do that as an announcer. Introduce me as my own speaker. Jumbotron with a flash my image with a guy dressed in long shorts and jersey.
Fresh off his rebound, 62 points scored. The youngest player to ever do so in NBA history. Frequency vibrations.
So me and Vic were sitting in some bleachers at the ground. I'm living a dream. For real. In so many ways. Vic was part of that.
Please. Listen to me. I know this guy's a dude from way back.
Look, me and Vic go way back to Princess in 67.
That's right. That's right. You go back. Did you say Princess?
Princess in 67.
Like the front seat of a 67 Cadillac. I'm going to be here once you get trivia on Sunday. This must know.
So that almost sounds.
No, English. Io sono italiano, non so inglese.
So Vic is done. History. And here's some more lingo that I picked up from a former megastar I used to play for him several seasons ago. Thought I would never release him until I did. And now he's the six-man struggling team in Venice. Yeah, I'm talking Venice with the canals and the gondolas and Harry's Ball, not the street ballers next to the fortune tellers on the beach in Cali. This guy used to tell me he thought I was afraid. Strong, clean. Don't be a hero. Cut that zero. That's Vic. Freak. Don't be a hero. Cut that zero. The only thing Vic brings into your life is headache and unwanted, unnecessary, negative attention, and he will. It affects your mindset. It's going to affect your play. And when it affects your play, it's going to affect my team. And when it affects my team, it's going to affect my money. And if it affects my money, Google Translate will become your new freaking friend. I want a championship ring, but I want you to help me get that ring. And there's after there's hanging from the rafters and this arena. So, freak, hear me, clearly, hear me, good, V-G, Vic, gotta, go! Hammer, business. Remember, that contract. Morality. Very important clause that golfers work on how it's connected with my team. I don't want you to learn Italian, Croatian as a second language. Playing pro ball overseas.
So italiano.
But world. Is this worth all? Think about it. Think long. Think well.
Bene ragazzi, questo live è finito. Commentate, iscrivetevi al canale, condividete questo video e lasciatemi un like e iscrivetevi al canale. Alla prossima, ciao. Facciamo sul braschiaccio. Lo fa, no, niente. Ciao.